Jace Denman for Flag Family Media. I'm here with MSUM head coach Steve Laqua. Coach, a bye week going into your last 4 games of the season. Seems like it's a pretty doggone good time to have a bye week to get refreshed for this home stretch.
We felt like it was perfect timing. We had a lot of guys that there was not a lot of tread left on the tires. They certainly could have went if we had to play last week, but they would not have been at full strength. And so that gave us a chance, a week off, get some guys fresh, refocus. Hopefully we're playing fast. And so I think it was a good physical reset, I think a good mental reset. There's a chance for us to kind of step back, look at, hey, what are we doing well? What are we not doing well? How can we tweak some things? And let's have a renewed focus and really come out here like it's a 4-game season. That first game mentality of enthusiasm that you have, and let's play with that this week, but let's play with a higher level of execution that you normally get in week 1. And so hopefully we can get all the benefits of playing like a week 1 with the benefits of also having a group that's kind of seasoned.
When you look at the last 2 games before the bye week, obviously kind of, heart check a couple times based on the overtime win against Minot State, and then the last game got up to a 25-point lead. Once again, some kind of freaky things happen. You have a Tyson Brandt fumble that they end up going back down the field again. The onside kick, which I had told James during the broadcast, I believe that was probably the perfect onside kick that they'll ever have, and it happened against you guys. When you have games like that, is that even a better time for that bye week to kind of refocus and take a deep breath there, or would you have rather got back on the horse last week and got back to it, all things considered, obviously with the rest there?
Well, I think at the end of the day, the good news is we won both of those games. We certainly didn't play well down the stretch. We didn't slam the door shut and walk out with an easy victory, but it may be, all things considered, it was the best thing. It left us into the bye week feeling like, oh, geez, we could lose this really fast. And so we've got to be focused. It allowed us to look back and say, okay, what are we doing at the end of games, and how can we finish those better? Relook at, hey, how are we playing onside kicks? What are some of those things we have to do? And so I think hopefully our end of game now can be better. I told the guys, life keeps giving you the test until you're able to pass it, to build the skill or figure it out. And so we're going to be in a situation like that again. Most likely it's not going to be with as much room for error as we've had for the last 2 weeks. And so we're going to have to step up and be able to produce at the end of a game.
Do you think that finish against Minot State at least gave the team a little bit more calmness when it came to that situation in Mary on basically not really needing to go and score to win the game, but to get that defensive stop? Did that kind of calm everybody, like, hey, we were here just last week, we kind of know how this is going to go, so we just have to finish it out?
I think anytime you're able to succeed in difficult circumstances when the pressure's on, builds your confidence for the next time you're in it, no matter how you got into it, whether you got into it because you shouldn't have, but if you find your way out and you build that confidence, you can use that in the future. And so hopefully we can again. We've been able to succeed when the chips have been on the table at the end, and so when we get to that point again, hopefully we can draw on that confidence.
During the bye week, obviously a chance for some of the players to kind of, like you said, heal from some injuries, kind of a mental refresh. But I thought the most interesting thing was that you guys had that scrimmage against Jamestown with the JV squad. I want you to talk to me a little bit about that, just for the simple fact that I wasn't really familiar that it was going to be happening. I think in the background I could kind of see the score and how well the JV team did. Talk about some of those players and how that can really help them in their careers as they get prepared, hopefully from redshirt year into next year as a redshirt freshman, to be able to get some playing time on the field.
Well, it's a unique situation that didn't really exist until the rule had been passed that redshirts can play in, this season 4 games and still keep their redshirt. And so that opened up the opportunity to have a competitive game against somebody else. And so that's what we did with Jamestown. I thought it was great. So we got our redshirts that are going to redshirt, some live reps. We got some guys that haven't maybe gotten on the field this season, maybe haven't traveled, but are going to be an important part to our future. Got them some game-like reps. And so we had about 65 plays on both sides of the football, full tackle, game-like. And so we got some guys to get some experience, to feel like the lights were on, the pressure was on, and see if they could perform, and then see, okay, hey, what is the level that we have to play at, or what are the corrections we need to make? And so I think it was a really exciting time for everybody involved, and I think it was good for our future, and I think our future looks bright.
Uniform combo, is that something you're going to stash away for the future maybe at all?
That was the first time trying it. We had the red on top, black on the bottom.
I'm not opposed to it. I
wasn't sure how it was going to look. I think everyone kind of went, ooh. But when we got on the field, it honestly, I didn't mind it. It looked okay.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
we may see it again.
There you
Time will
go.
tell.
Love to see it. When it comes to this weekend, Northern State, very good team. They had lost against Sioux Falls. They lost at Bemidji, which was a bit of a surprise, but then they followed that up 2 weeks ago with a win against Duluth. So tell me a little bit about Northern State and what the challenges they present are going to be.
Well, they've beat Duluth. They beat Wayne, both teams that we haven't. We don't play Sioux Falls, so you can't really look at that. And Bemidji has found their way into playing really good football here in the last couple of weeks where they've revamped some things offensively. They're into a rhythm. And so this is a really good football team. They're undefeated at home. They have a great offense. Running game is very solid. Their running back is a phenomenal player behind a really big physical offensive line. And so they can keep pounding the ball, keep gaining yards. And as soon as you start creeping up to try and stop that because you're getting gashed, they hit you deep over the top. And so it's going to be a challenge for us to balance. How can we stop the run but still defend the pass? And can we do one or the other and not give away what we're doing and try and keep them guessing? And so that's going to be really important. Their defense has been as good as anybody. You look at what they did in that Duluth game. They were physical. They stopped the run. They're opportunistic. They've got guys in the back end that can cover a lot of ground. And so I think it's a very similar look to Wayne State, both in scheme, both in style, both in athletically running around. This is a really good football team. There's a reason that they're 5-2 and they're undefeated at home. It's going to be a heck of a game.
Obviously, I would say that the keys to victory then, fast start, finish strong. Anything else I'm missing?
Well, the fast start is important in that stadium. When they've been playing how they have, we've got to be able to get off to a good start. And so I think with the wind conditions, I think special teams are going to be important. There's going to be field position that's going to have to be played with and against the wind. And so we're going to have to make sure that we navigate that when we get into it. And then I think if you look at it and you go through, okay, we're going to have to be great in situational football. Third downs and red zones. We weren't very good at that a week ago. We've got to be better in that. And if we can be, then we got a chance to come out on top.
All right. Well, Coach, James and I will be there for all your coverage on AM 1100, 92.3 FM, The Flag. So best of luck, and we look forward to seeing you guys play this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, Jace Denman, alongside head coach Steve Laqua of your MSUM Dragons. We'll talk to you soon.